All right, so I came back to the song and I listened to the intro again, and I wasn't feeling the kind of droning bass cello. I like the sound, but it just seemed like it drug the track. I know it's supposed to be a mellow intro, but I wanted to make it a little more cinematic, a little more exciting, a little more playful. So I pulled out MIDI Wizard. So just we introduced MIDI Wizard a little bit earlier, and I could have just put in my own ideas for a good playful bass sound, like a good staccato bass. But I tend to come up with similar ideas every time. Like there's not a lot of variety in my mental Rolodex when it comes up when I come up with melodies and things like that. So I like to use a tool like this to give me ideas, and then once I hear those ideas, then I can tailor it to the track. So let me play what I have so far, or what MIDI Wizard came up with. So there's some off notes, but I like the kind of the dun 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 da 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 dun dun. I'm probably gonna keep that going. Da 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 dun dun. And then just change the pitches to match the chords. Do a little something like that. Maybe get a little ramp it up towards the end of it. So just a reminder for MIDI Wizard, the way it works is, and I know we went over this earlier, but it's good to have a reminder. I'm using this sound that's in track 15 from Contact, which is a staccato bass sound. And if you look at the plugin, you can see that the MIDI input port is 3. And then when we go to MIDI Wizard, if you go to the plugin part here, you can see that the output is 3. And that's how it's routing MIDI Wizard to that track to play that sound. All right, so we have that, and then what you want to do next is take what we built in MIDI Wizard. So go back to here. We're going to drag and drop. So we've got MIDI Wizard open right here. We're going to go back to the piano roll of the pattern that we're using. The pattern is, I believe, at the bottom. It's this one. It's hard to see. Here, let me move that. No, that's timpani roll. Where is this pattern? Bowed bass is what we called it. We're going to call it something different. We're going to call it, here, let me just highlight it real quick. We're going to call it staccato bass. Rename. It's up here. There we go. I think that's right. There might be 2 C's. I think it's like that. Hopefully you don't mind if I misspell something here and there. All right, cool. So we got that staccato bass. We're going to highlight this. We're going to open up the piano roll for the sound that we're working with. And I'm going to click these little squares right here in the top right corner to make it a bit smaller. And we're going to open MIDI Wizard back up. And if you have more than one monitor, it makes it a lot easier. I'm recording, and with the recording software I have, the video, I can only use one screen at a time, but normally I have multiple monitors. That makes this a lot easier. I'm not seeing MIDI Wizard come up. There we go. All right. I'm fine. So we're just going to drag and drop what we just did into here. Okay. So that's how we get that into our piano roll. And then normally I just get rid of MIDI Wizard because it keeps playing when you're done with it. There we go. So I'm just going to get rid of it. And now I'm going to go in and edit this and make it match the track a little bit better. But I'm not going to have you watch me do that because you'll know how to do that. So I'll be right back and show you how it sounds. All right, so I've edited the notes. So let me play a little bit for you. An idea. I want to do a couple things. I'm going to randomize the volume a bit, so I'm just going to use we used this before, Alt R, And we're going to see, you can see the volume down here, the velocity, sorry, randomize the velocity. How hard the string is struck has been adjusted down here at the bottom. We're going to accept that. And then I'm going to play with the pans a little bit. Just do a little left and right. You know, like I said, I wanted it to be a little bit playful. So we're just gonna, you know, kind of switch this up. There we go. Every other one. Maybe we'll make a few center. I want it to be kind of random. To kind of bounce around here. Alright, there we go. We'll leave that one center. Alright. Right, there we go. Let me move my window. So I'm making it a little like erratic and not so predictable. Adjusting the levels of panning, how much it is, going kind of left to right. There we go. All right, so let's have a listen here. And if you have headphones on, you'll be able to hear the difference. What it does is it gives it kind of that live, it sounds more like a live natural player. Let's go, it's a little loud still, so we're gonna open up the mixer. Where is the mixer? Where'd you go? Here it is. All right, let me pull that up. So it doesn't sound so robotic and quantized and exactly on the note, exactly the same every time, right? And then we're just gonna turn down, it's on track 15, I'm just gonna turn this down a bit. Where is track 15? Here we go. Let me just turn that down. Yeah, that's better. A little more cinematic that way. Sounds a little bit more like it would be in a movie or something like that, and it has a nicer build. So that's it for this module. Let's move on to the next. Hey, what's going on? I hope you've enjoyed this training. This training is just part of a larger course, so if you want to take the whole course, just go to this playlist right here. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, you're going to get a lot of information on how to get your music into TV and film. So if that's something that interests you, go ahead and subscribe, comment, like, all of those things. Let's go.